Alan, Wasalan, and I'm back with another extra. You with the nasty pastor, and as I said, we're back with another extra. We're still reading out of the pamphlet, Status of Women in Islam. We have covered the introduction. We have covered women of Islam in education. We have covered motherhood. We have covered politics and social services. We have covered inheritance. We have also covered financial responsibilities, and I hope that has woke some of these women up and some of these men up that think they know Islam. You got what I'm saying? And when you really look at the structure of the black community of the beginning, of the centuries, if we just speak of America, if we don't even speak of Africa, the black man has always catered to the black woman, to his woman, period. Have always went out, broke their back, sacrificed their life to provide for the black women. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care if it was your mother, your grandma, your great-grandma, your aunt, your sister, or it was your intimate relationship with a black woman. That is something that we have always got up and did. I will say this, even with me, I've neglected my responsibilities for some childish things, but I grew. You feel what I'm saying? I evolved. So basically what I'm saying to you is this right here, let's evolve. Let's stop going backwards. We're taking steps, positive steps forward, and we're being successful in those positive steps. But when the oppressors are on the black community, are in the black community, we're taking 4-5 steps back from the progress we've made. And maybe what we're hindered in, it doesn't affect the success of what we've done right here and now, but that miseducation of something that is detrimental in the black community, it hurts you 4-5 years down the line. If you've really been keeping up with me, I explained to you that I don't care if it's something wrong. I don't care if it's something right. It takes almost 5 years for you to see the progress in what you have planted, the seeds you have planted in America, unless the masses not catching on. You feel what I'm saying? If the masses is catching on, you're going to see something different within 5 years. Look, I say this to you again, I am the nasty pastor. You're with the nasty pastor. And like I said, we're still in this pamphlet, Status of Women in Islam. And I just want to say this to you, you know what I mean? Let's uplift the black community. Let's get the black community back in the light that we are supposed to be in. And there's no sense in doing it fraudulent. Put these people, put these faces, put these voices in these titles, in these offices to show you that the black community is on an evolution. You feel what I'm saying? We're not savages. We're not barbarians. You feel what I'm saying? We are educated people that come from the same demiurge you pray to. The same, whether you believe in Jesus or not, that is our Savior. You understand what I'm saying? Our Savior, our demiurge sent Jesus on this rock to save us. Go and open your ear. Feel me? Open your ear. I'm not asking you to put actions into it right now, but open your ear and go and read and listen to yourself, or get someone to read Revelations to you so you can understand the walk of Jesus, the life of Jesus, what Jesus was sent here to do for us. Look, I ain't gonna take too much of your time, but like I said, we're still in this pamphlet, and it's about time for us to get out of this pamphlet. You get what I'm saying? So, our next subjects we're getting on is marriage, dignity, and protection from harm, and modesty. So, know that we shall be out of this pamphlet before the end of the year of 2024. Know that the start of 2025, I will be giving you these extras on a Thursday. I'm gonna stop doing them on a Saturday, and I'm gonna post them on a Thursday. My only my on my daily breads, I will figure it out. It's a spur of the moment thing. It's getting up, taking a shower. If I'm feeling it, I'm going to get it, and I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna post it. You figure what I'm saying? If not, I'm gonna get into what my day is providing, and I'm gonna figure it through it. But let's get through this pamphlet. Let's make strides up in Islam, and let's get the best understanding that we can. Right now we're on marriage, and let's figure how it is being married to a Muslim, whether you're a woman or a man. But we're speaking of the Islamic Muslim woman right now. A woman has the right to accept or reject marriage proposals, and her approval is required to complete the marriage contract. She cannot be forced to marry someone against her will, and if this occurs for cultural reasons, it is in direct opposition of Islam. By the same principle, women also have the right to seek divorce if they are dissatisfied with their marriage. Okay, I want to say this, My brother told me, which I don't know if he's a Muslim or not, you know what I mean? But my brother told me a long time ago, you're not supposed to get a divorce, you know what I mean? So, the way I explained it to him, and I wasn't divorced at the time. I was just, I was just weighing out my options. And I explained to him, I said, well, I don't believe whom I pray to want me to be miserable. You got what I'm saying? I refuse to believe that. So if I'm recognizing I'm miserable with this woman I'm married to, and it's not getting fixed, you got what I'm saying? What do I supposed to do? Soak in misery? Couldn't say nothing. You know what I mean? There was no rebuttal he really could give me. You got what I'm saying? And to go back to, well, you took a vow, you took an oath in front of whom you pray to. We both took an oath in front of whom we pray to. You feel me? We both did that. So, because I asked don't mean that it was supposed to be given. She played a part in this also, as I play a part in this also. You feel me? And I refuse to believe our maker, our creator, wants us miserable. So if you're in a dead-end relationship, you have figured out it's a dead-end relationship, get out of it. If you're in a dead-end marriage, get out of it. You feel me? Out of it. In Islam, marriage is based on mutual peace, love, and compassion. God says about himself and of his signs is that he created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you affection and mercy. Now, Quran 30:21, Muhammad says, embody the best character and is a role model for all Muslims. His example of being helpful around the household and treating his family with compassion and love is a tradition that Muslims strive to implement in their daily lives. Muhammad also says, Muhammad treated his wives with the utmost respect and honor and was never abusive towards them. One of his traditions states, the best of you are those who are best to their wives. Now you get that, right? You understand what a Muslim, like when you're dealing with a Muslim woman from cross seas, do you understand what she's used to? Do you understand what she's not used to? You feel me? What she's not used to. I'm not talking about a Muslim woman. Okay, you were born Muslim, but you was raised American. No, I'm talking about you was born across seas in the Middle East. You was born and raised as a Muslim and entered into America when you was an adult. You get me? Now you men get me. Now you women get me, right? Okay, there's a difference. There's a big difference. And you gotta understand this right here, man. You know what I mean? Culture. Your culture is different. I don't care where you go in the world, it's different. You feel what I'm saying? There's parts of Africa that don't do what North Africa do. South don't do what North do. East don't do what West do. You feel what I'm saying? There's a difference, but we are one culture. So I say to you again, you know what I mean? Know what you're getting into. Know who you're dealing with, and know if you're that person for them. we jump out here sometimes, you know what I mean? We jump out here and we like the visual that we are seeing. But when we get into the mental makeup of them, what we say to ourselves, man, I gotta get it. You got what I'm saying? I got to. And if I'm correct about you women, man, you gonna pay some of these bills. You got what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get them to pay my phone bill, electric bill. If I'm good, sis, he gonna pay the car note. You got what I'm saying? So look, know who you're talking to, know who you're in love with, know who you're infatuated with, and really think about who you get ready to lay down and have sex with. It could be a death sentence once that moment of sex is over. There could be a child, conceived that day you have sex with this stranger. You feel what I'm saying? It really could. So when you look at those things that can happen by having sex with a stranger, don't you think it's time to slow down? It should be well understood, overly understood that you could be given a death sentence. You got what I'm saying? A condom can break. You feel me? And yes, they have plan B. That's to abort a baby. That's not to abort a disease. You feel what I'm saying? You got me. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor. This has been another extra, extra, extra. And I say this before I'm out, you know what I mean? Women are delicate. Women are compassionate. Women are full of love. You feel me? But there's an opposite to these women also. You feel me? They can hate you. They can be vindictive. They can be the most nastiest people you will ever meet. You feel what I'm saying? But you gotta remember there's an action to receive a reaction. So think about what you're saying. Think about what you're showing these women when you're interacting with them. You're engaging with them. You're communicating with them. You feel me? There used to be a stigma. It's okay for women to call each other bitches, but when a man calls a woman a bitch, there's an attitude, there's an issue arising. So I say this, know who you're talking to, know who you're around. And just because someone else does that, doesn't mean it's okay for you to do it. Do what you can do. Stop doing what you see others do. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor. I love you, and I'm out.